Back to the road to MotoGP, FIM MiniGP UK 190 class, sharing the grid, of course, with the MiniGP 190/70s. Wilson Dilks and Tyler Humphries, along with Hudson Cooper, then Lucas King and Annabelle McCarthy ahead of William Round. The last two from the FIM 190 grid is Oliver Pitcher and Charlie Cunningham. They'll be together on the third row of the grid. Then we've got the riders in the MGP 190/70s. That's Harry Rafferty, Travis Shaw and Harry Barrell. And then we've got John Pitcher and David Wilton, who will finish off the grid. Two separate grids means two separate starts. The FIM 190s will get away first, and they are under starters' orders, and they charge for the first corner. Tyler Humphries getting the launch. We're on board with Hudson Cooper, who is ahead of Wilson Dilks. So through Paddock Bend and up towards Rib for the first time. Tyler Humphries leading the way into the tight right-hander, and that's Wilson Dilks getting up the inside of us. So Hudson Cooper down to third. Wilson Dilks makes his way to second place, and a big mistake from the leader, Tyler Humphries. Wilson Dilks very nearly getting his chance there through the corkscrew. And so the battle commences between Tyler Humphries and Wilson Dilks. Dilks is trying to get alongside as the MiniGP 190/70 class gets underway, and Wilson Dilks has got ahead of Tyler Humphries in the wiggles, as Humphries very nearly does that. Almost catches the curb on the inside, but Wilson Dilks took full advantage of the run of the corkscrew down the Bob Pope straight, and so Wilson Dilks leads the way here at Teesside Autodrome through South Bank. And it's Dilks, Humphries, Cooper, Lucas King in P4. So the riders work their way through on this opening lap, and look at the ferocity of Hudson Cooper trying to get back in front of Tyler Humphries. Don't you dare think you've got second place sewn up. Out through the dogleg, but Wilson Dilks has got a commanding stance here. He looks really hungry too. Meanwhile, in the 190/70 race, it is Harry Rafferty who leads the way in front of Travis Shaw and Harry Barrell. So still the battles rage. Hudson Cooper, he's the man with our onboard camera. But it's not easy to stay with the two guys in front. Look how quickly these two men have started to stretch away. Dilks in the lead, Humphries in second. It's all about rhythm in these classes. And at the moment, the rhythm is not with Hudson Cooper. Dilks has the lead from Humphries. Here's the battle for the lead in the 190/70 class. That's the British mini bike category of pretty much the same bikes. Rafferty, Barrell and Travis Shaw. And here's the FIM class back in front. Dilks, Humphries and Cooper. So Wilson Dilks controlling the pace as he goes onto the back straight up towards South Bank hairpin. Tyler Humphries is there in second place. We're on board with Hudson Cooper. Let's ride. Have a listen as he goes through. This is proper great race pictures on board with Hudson Cooper. Rides the crest through hairpin 3 and hairpin 4 on the throttle. Fantastic work from our camera crew, and to mount an onboard camera on that particular part of the bike, it gives you a real feel for what these teenage chargers are doing at this level. So here is the battle once again in 190/70, and that's Travis Shaw into second place now. So Travis Shaw appears to have got ahead of Harry Barrell. So now Harry Rafferty, he's in the lead, but you can sense that Barrell wants a piece of this back again. And these three riders, I have to say, are incredibly evenly matched. They've been trading fast laps through the practices and through qualifying. So it's very tough to know which of these three riders is actually going to get the victory. There's nothing in it in terms of talent. Through turn 1, Rafferty, Shaw, Barrell. Very close indeed up to Rib Bend. Always exciting when you've got two great races to watch at the same time. Travis Shaw fancying his chances on Rafferty. Can't get there at the first apex of the reverse corkscrew. It's right, left, right, and then onto the Bob Pope straight again. And this is where Harry Barrell can really start to make his bid once more. Oliver Pitcher in front of the FIM 190 class. He's a back marker. We're going to go side by side as Travis Shaw gets into the lead at the wiggles. So Travis Shaw takes the lead, but runs wide around the outside of Pitcher and loses the lead as instantly as he takes it. And that's gone terribly wrong for Travis Shaw, who now falls to third position. So that really couldn't have gone worse. Into the lead again goes Rafferty, into second goes Barrell. So Travis Shaw holds the lead for approximately 50 metres through the wiggles. That is so disappointing from his point of view. Down to the inside, can Barrell get back through on Rafferty? Well, very tight stuff indeed between them at the moment, as the race continues furiously between these riders. Rafferty still commanding the pace from Barrell and Shaw, But now that Shaw has had a taste of the victory, I don't think it's going to be long before he senses the chance to get back into Rib Bend. Defensive tactics from Harry Barrell, but he's going to run wide on the exit. That's going to compromise him. Travis Shaw back to the inside line into second place. Now he can set off after Harry Rafferty on the treble one bike. Back down to the inside for Barrell. No chance. I've got this one now, says Travis Shaw. I can see Rafferty in front. He's mine. So up to the Wiggles again. And Travis Shaw hunting down. He almost had him, actually. Just on pure pace out of the reverse corkscrew. I think Shaw felt a move might have been on there had he not quite got to the Wiggles in time to hit the brakes. So out through the back straight. So now up to South Bank. He's going to need to grab a little break here, but can continue to keep the throttle wide open through the mid-apex. And that shakes off Barrell for the moment. This is fantastic racing in this class. And up the inside, can there be a chance for Barrell? No. Travis Shaw is not going to be intimidated. He sticks to his normal line. So as the riders continue to make pressure on each other, not going to be easy to predict. Meanwhile, out in front, it is easy to predict who's going to get the FIM Road to MotoGP class victory. That is going to be Wilson Dilks. He's pulled out a decent gap on Tyler Humphries, and on the inside in the MiniGP 190 class, Travis Shaw slices to the inside in Rib Bend. Oh, masterful from Travis Shaw. Excellently timed on Rafferty. Not a lot he can do in retaliation, but that is game, set, and possibly even match for Travis Shaw, getting the move on that corner. But Rafferty wants to come back at him. He's going to have to work hard here. They've just gone past half distance in this race, so they're running out of chances. Rafferty still all over Shaw. Protects nicely at hairpin 2, down the back straight up towards South Bank again. And this is where Harry Barrell can actually read the situation between these two riders and take advantage. He's going to come in quite hot through South Bank. And is there an opportunity? Not into hairpin 3. He has to roll off the power. Hopefully he gets another chance into the next apex. And oh, he almost wobbles on a stoppie there. Goodness me, Rafferty really pushing. He wants to get back on terms with Shaw and fend off from Barrell, but he's pushing himself to his limit here. Great racing at Teesside. Closing laps of this race, and goodness me, it's got mighty close in the MiniGP 190-70, as now that's Travis Shaw in the lead. They're going to go 3 wide up to the inside line. That's beautiful from Barrell. He's managed to get past Rafferty and Shaw in one fell swoop at South Bank. That takes a massive amount of courage to get that kind of overtaking move completed, and Barrell has absolutely stormed it to get into the lead with just a couple of laps in hand. Magnificent from Barrell. So now Rafferty is close with him, and look, Travis Shaw's got a problem. Travis Shaw's pulling out. So Travis Shaw is breaking down and pulling back into the pits. A victory gone for the number 4 rider. That is devastating misfortune for Travis Shaw. He had a chance of the victory in the palm of his hand, and now it's gone. So that leaves these two, Harry Barrell and Harry Rafferty, to duel over the victory. The leader in FIM 190, Wilson Dilks, is on the final lap. These two have still got a bit of work to do because they're about a minute behind on the road. So they're still going to have another lap after this one. But a fantastic ride from Wilson Dilks. He's been absolutely euphoric in the lead. He's stretched out over 8 seconds to Tyler Humphries. This has been his race to lose. He has commanded the troops out there. Look at these two, still going at it, Barrell and Rafferty, as they continue their duel for the race victory in 190-70. It's been so close between the two riders. Through to the hairpin 3, hairpin 4, and Rafferty not quite close enough, but he's got one full lap to try and make the deadlock here on Harry Barrell. They'll go through in close proximity. William Round is the rider in front of them, but it's going to be very tight, as here comes the leader in hairpin 4. It's been absolutely perfect, as through will come the victory for Wilson Dilks. He charges to the win and he takes it in dominant style. Tyler Humphries will come through in second place. Hudson Cooper will be third, about 9 seconds further back. There is Hudson Cooper. Still the 190-70 race is battling for the lead, and they might be able to use William Round in front of them as a means to an end. Down the back straight, here goes Hudson Cooper, third over the line behind Tyler Humphries, and there is William Round. Now, whoever overtakes him first could end up being the winner of this race, and it's going to be Barrel. He charges forward, and that'll do nicely. But now, Harry Rafferty is going to be compromised here by William Round. Round is not going to be slow. He's just not a front runner in FIM 190. Up to the inside, and there's the win gone. Harry Rafferty will never catch Harry Barrel now. That's what the tactics of going through the traffic can do. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing Rafferty can do to respond. Barrel is going to have this. He'll have the win in the class as well. Excellently done. Behind King, Cunningham and McCarthy on the road, it's Harry Barrel who takes the victory in MiniGP 190-70. So Wilson Dilks wins in the FIM MiniGP UK 190 race ahead of Tyler Humphries, Hudson Cooper, Lucas King, Charlie Cunningham and Annabelle McCarthy, with William Round actually playing his hand in the 190-70 race in the British mini bikes class as Barrel takes it from Harry Rafferty. Wilton ahead of picture.